Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins. Today we are talking about one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the legendary 1964 Top Liberty coin, a coin surrounded by history, mystery, incredible collector demand, and surprising value that has shocked the coin collecting world for decades. Most people look at old coins and think they are just spare change from the past. But what if one tiny coin sitting forgotten in an old drawer could completely change your financial future forever? What if that coin carried a hidden value reaching thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in the rare coin market? That is exactly why collectors remain obsessed with the famous 1964 Liberty coin. The year 1964 was one of the most important periods in American coin history. The United States Mint was going through major changes. America was facing a coin shortage because silver prices were rapidly rising around the world. Millions of people were saving silver coins instead of spending them because the metal itself had become valuable. During this period, the 1964 Liberty coin entered circulation and quickly became one of the most recognized pieces among collectors. At first glance, the coin looks simple. It carries the famous Liberty design that Americans had trusted for generations. The beautiful portrait, the elegant lettering, the historical connection to a changing America, all of these details created a coin that today remains one of the most collectible pieces in modern numismatic history. What makes the 1964 Liberty coin truly special is not simply age. Millions were produced. But hidden among those millions are rare examples with extraordinary characteristics. Tiny minting errors, rare production variations, unusual strike patterns, double dies, off-center strikes, proof mistakes, and exceptional preserved conditions can transform an ordinary-looking coin into a collector treasure worth serious money. Imagine finding one in perfect condition. No scratches. Full details visible. Original shine still glowing decades later. Coins graded in extremely high mint condition become incredibly valuable because very few survive untouched after so many years. Collectors spend years searching for these rare examples. Professional grading companies inspect every microscopic detail. A tiny difference invisible to normal people can sometimes increase value dramatically. That is what makes coin collecting one of the most exciting treasure hunts in the world. The historical importance of 1964 adds another powerful reason why collectors pay attention. This was the final year before major changes in United States coin production. Silver content was about to disappear from everyday circulation coins. That means 1964 coins represent the end of an important era in American monetary history. For serious collectors, owning a high-grade 1964 Liberty coin means holding a piece of history connected to one of the most dramatic transitions in coin manufacturing. It represents the final chapter of an era when silver coins were part of daily life. Now let us talk about value because this is where things become truly exciting. A regular circulated 1964 Liberty coin might sell for only a few dollars depending on silver value and collector demand. Many people think that means all coins from this year are common and inexpensive. But this is where collectors know the secret. If your 1964 Liberty coin has rare mint errors, unusual striking characteristics, or exceptional preservation, value can rise dramatically. Coins found in uncirculated condition have sold for hundreds of dollars. Rare proof examples with strong eye appeal can bring thousands. Error coins with visible production mistakes have sold for prices that surprise even experienced collectors. Some ultra-rare examples discovered in exceptional condition have reached astonishing auction values that continue climbing as demand increases worldwide. Imagine owning a coin originally worth only a few cents decades ago but now capable of selling for enormous amounts simply because of rarity and collector competition. This is why experts carefully inspect every old coin before spending it. Sometimes people unknowingly carry valuable treasures in their homes for years without understanding what they possess. Collectors examine specific details very carefully. They study the date. They inspect mint marks. They look for doubling in letters. They search for unusual metal errors. They inspect edge details. They check strike sharpness. They examine original surface condition. Even the smallest variation can separate an ordinary coin from a life-changing discovery. One of the most exciting moments for collectors happens when a rare variety appears unexpectedly. Imagine attending a local coin shop and learning that the coin sitting in your collection for decades is actually worth thousands because of a tiny production error almost nobody noticed. Stories like this happen more often than people realize. Around the world, collectors actively compete for rare historical American coins because supply remains limited while demand continues growing year after year. As older collections disappear into private vaults, fewer premium examples remain available in the open market. Scarcity creates competition. Competition creates rising prices. Rising prices create opportunity. And opportunity keeps collectors searching constantly for hidden treasures. The coin market has changed dramatically over recent years. Rare collectible coins now attract investors, historians, collectors, museums, and treasure hunters, all competing for ownership. Many people no longer see coins as simple collectibles. They see them as historical assets with long-term value potential. The 1964 Liberty coin remains one of those pieces attracting serious attention. Auction houses have reported strong collector demand whenever exceptional examples become available. Some collectors wait years hoping to find premium condition specimens. Others spend large amounts purchasing certified high-grade examples already authenticated by professional grading companies. Condition plays a massive role in determining final value. A heavily circulated coin may appear dull and worn. A preserved mint state example can look almost brand new despite existing for decades. That difference can change value dramatically. Sometimes the difference between average condition and top condition means the difference between a small sale and an extraordinary payout. This is why professionals never clean rare coins. Cleaning damages original surfaces and reduces collector value instantly. Even a beautiful old coin can lose significant value if improperly cleaned. Collectors prefer originality. They want untouched surfaces preserving the coin exactly as history created it. Another reason 1964 Liberty coins remain fascinating involves hidden family collections. Millions of old American coins sit forgotten in boxes, drawers, piggy banks, inherited collections, and old bank rolls. Many owners never examine them carefully. Some never realize what rare treasures they possess. Imagine inheriting an old collection from family members and discovering one small coin capable of producing an unbelievable financial surprise. That possibility keeps treasure hunters searching everywhere. The rare coin market never stops evolving. Prices change constantly based on rarity, demand, historical significance, and collector interest. A coin ignored years ago may suddenly become highly desirable after new discoveries increase public attention. That is exactly why collectors stay informed. Knowledge becomes power. Information becomes opportunity. And opportunity can sometimes lead to remarkable profit. So the next time you come across an old 1964 Liberty coin, do not dismiss it too quickly. Examine every detail carefully. Check the date. Study the condition. Look closely for unusual minting errors. Compare the design carefully. Research collector demand. You may be holding far more than ordinary pocket change. You may be holding a forgotten piece of history connected to one of America's most important coin eras. Perhaps a coin worth hundreds. Perhaps a coin worth thousands. Perhaps something even more extraordinary. Rare coins continue proving that incredible treasure often hides in plain sight. A simple coin from the past can become a collector dream in the present. And somewhere right now someone may unknowingly possess one of these hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. The incredible story of the 1964 Liberty coin reminds us that history carries value far beyond imagination. Ordinary objects become extraordinary treasures when rarity meets collector demand. The next valuable discovery could be sitting quietly inside an old collection somewhere waiting for the right person to notice. And that person could be you. So before spending any old coins, always inspect carefully because history sometimes arrives disguised as simple pocket change. One forgotten coin. One hidden treasure. One incredible discovery. And potentially a value reaching astonishing heights in the collector market. The world of rare coins remains full of surprises, and the legendary 1964 Liberty coin continues standing among the most exciting discoveries collectors dream about every single day. Today we are talking about one of the most mysterious and fascinating coins that collectors around the world keep searching for, and this is the incredible 1983 top Liberty coin, a coin that many people have seen but very few understand the hidden value behind it. And what makes this coin truly exciting is the fact that some rare versions have sold for extraordinary prices, turning ordinary people into very lucky owners of valuable treasure. And if you think all old coins are common and worthless, then this story may completely change the way you look at every coin you own, because the 1983 Liberty coin has shocked collectors many times, and experts say that certain rare examples with special errors, perfect condition and historical significance can be worth thousands, and in some rare discussions values have reached incredible levels, creating excitement everywhere among coin collectors and treasure hunters who spend years searching for these hidden gems. And what makes this coin even more interesting is that millions were produced, but only a very tiny number carry the exact characteristics that transform an ordinary coin into something extremely valuable. And this is why experienced collectors inspect every detail under magnification, looking closely at the date, the mint mark, the edge, the surface shine, and even the smallest manufacturing mistake, because sometimes one tiny detail can create a difference between a normal coin worth a few cents and a rare collectible worth a fortune. And the 1983 coin produced at the famous Denver Mint carries the small d mint mark, which immediately tells collectors where the coin was struck. And during that year the United States Mint was producing millions of coins for circulation, but sometimes the minting machines created accidental errors, and these unexpected mistakes are exactly what collectors dream of finding, because mint errors are among the most valuable discoveries in the entire coin collecting world. And one of the most famous possibilities with coins from this period includes off-center strikes, weak strikes, double dies, unusual planchet mistakes, and dramatic production errors that instantly increase collector demand. And demand is everything in the rare coin market, because when collectors compete for rare pieces, prices begin rising very quickly, and many people are shocked to learn that coins they ignored for decades suddenly become valuable simply because very few perfect examples remain in existence. And condition is another major factor, because a coin that has never circulated and still preserves its original mint shine can command a dramatically higher price than a coin that passed through thousands of hands over many years. And professional grading companies carefully inspect these coins, assigning grades that range from lower circulated conditions all the way to perfect mint state grades. And collectors especially fight over the highest graded coins, because perfection in the coin world is extremely rare. And rarity creates value, and value creates competition, and competition pushes prices higher every year. And this exact story has happened many times with 1983 Liberty coins, when collectors discovered examples with exceptional quality, causing auction prices to surprise everyone. And imagine finding one coin in an old collection only to learn that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts simply because of condition, rarity, and demand. And that is why thousands of people now search through jars, boxes, inherited collections, estate sales, flea markets, and old family coin collections, hoping to discover overlooked treasures hiding in plain sight. And history also plays a major role, because every coin represents a moment in time, and the 1983 era was an important period in modern American coin production. And collectors love coins connected to historical periods, because each coin carries a story from the exact moment it was created decades ago. And when scarcity combines with historical importance, the market becomes even stronger. And what surprises many beginners is the fact that sometimes modern coins can be just as exciting as ancient coins, because collectors understand that age alone does not create value. Rarity and condition are often much more important, and the 1983 Liberty coin proves this perfectly, because while millions were produced, very few survive in elite collector condition, and even fewer contain the kinds of minting anomalies that experts search for. And when These rare combinations appear. Collectors immediately become interested and auction competition begins increasing rapidly, and over time market attention grows stronger, especially when social media collectors and online marketplaces begin discussing special examples, because awareness creates demand and demand creates higher prices. And this is why checking your old coins carefully can become extremely important, because many valuable discoveries happen by accident when someone notices unusual details that others ignored for years. And sometimes people spend ordinary coins without realizing what they actually had, and stories like this happen repeatedly in the coin collecting world, where rare pieces disappear into circulation simply because owners never understood their true value. And experts always recommend checking the date first, then examining the mint mark, and finally looking carefully for strange errors, unusual strike patterns, or coins with exceptionally clean surfaces, because these are the factors that can transform ordinary pocket change into something extraordinary. And there have been cases where collectors paid astonishing amounts for coins from the early 1980s, especially examples with unique mint errors and top grading certifications, because collectors know opportunities like these do not appear often, and patience is everything, because rare discoveries happen unexpectedly, and many serious collectors spend decades learning how to identify hidden treasures that ordinary people overlook every day. And one of the biggest mistakes beginners make is assuming every old coin automatically has value, when in reality collectors focus on rarity, scarcity, preservation, quality, and market demand. And the 1983 D Liberty coin continues attracting attention because examples with special characteristics continue appearing unexpectedly, keeping excitement alive throughout the collecting community. And the possibility of finding a hidden treasure is what keeps millions of people fascinated by coins, because every coin carries potential and every collection may contain something extraordinary waiting to be discovered. And imagine opening an old family box filled with forgotten coins, then noticing one simple 1983 D Liberty coin and learning that collectors everywhere are searching for exactly that type of piece because of its condition or unusual minting error. And suddenly something ordinary becomes incredibly important, and stories like this inspire collectors worldwide, because treasure hunting does not always require expensive tools. Sometimes the greatest discoveries are already sitting inside homes waiting for careful inspection. And as collector interest grows year after year, rare examples continue becoming harder to find, because many have already entered private collections where owners refuse to sell, and limited supply means future prices can continue increasing as demand grows stronger. And this creates the perfect environment for coin values to rise dramatically over time. And the market continues evolving, with collectors becoming more educated, more competitive, and more determined to secure rare examples whenever opportunities appear. And if you own old coins from the early 1980s, now is the perfect time to inspect every piece carefully, because one overlooked detail could reveal something extremely valuable. And many people never realize the hidden potential hiding in ordinary change, because knowledge is the difference between spending treasure and preserving treasure. And the incredible story of the 1983 D Top Liberty coin proves that rare coins continue surprising collectors every single year. And somewhere right now another forgotten coin may be waiting quietly for someone to discover its true value. And perhaps the next great discovery is already in your own collection, waiting for you to notice what others have missed. And this is exactly why coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies in the world, because history, rarity, mystery, and opportunity all come together in a single piece of metal. And sometimes that small piece of metal can become worth far more than anyone ever imagined. And the next time you see an old 1983 D Liberty coin, do not ignore it, because hidden treasures often look ordinary until the right person understands exactly what they are holding. And that ordinary looking coin could become one of the most exciting discoveries of your life. And the search for rare coins never truly ends, because somewhere out there another hidden fortune is waiting to be found. And maybe your next coin is the one collectors everywhere have been searching for all along. Today, and suddenly discovering that one small coin could completely change your life forever, because hidden among millions of ordinary coins circulating for decades, there exists a very special 1991 D Top Liberty coin that collectors across the world continue searching for every single day. And some rare examples of this mysterious coin have shocked the coin market, with incredible values reaching unbelievable numbers that most people would never imagine possible. And what makes this story even More exciting is the fact that many people may still have this coin sitting quietly inside old drawers, forgotten piggy banks, family collections, or even mixed together with everyday loose change, never realizing the treasure they are holding right in their hands. And today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coin discoveries that has turned ordinary collectors into people holding pieces of American history worth serious money, because the legendary 1991 Liberty coin continues attracting huge attention from collectors, dealers, and auction houses who understand exactly why certain rare versions are commanding astonishing prices in today's market. And the story begins back in 1991 when the United States Mint produced millions of these coins at the Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark placed carefully on the coin. And while most of these coins entered circulation as normal currency, some special examples were struck differently. Some developed mint errors, some survived in nearly perfect condition, and some became so incredibly rare that collectors started offering extraordinary amounts of money just to own one perfect example. And this is where the real mystery begins, because most people think old coins are valuable simply because of age, but experienced collectors know the truth: age alone does not create value. Rarity, condition, demand, historical importance, and minting errors are the real secrets behind coins becoming worth thousands and sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when experts began closely examining certain 1991 Liberty coins, they started discovering unusual characteristics that instantly separated common coins from extremely valuable collector pieces. And one of the biggest reasons these coins attract attention is because of rare, striking errors that happened during the minting process, when machines accidentally created unusual designs: off-center strikes, doubled lettering, missing details, weak strikes, die cracks, and other fascinating mint mistakes which instantly transformed ordinary coins into collector treasures. And collectors know that mint mistakes can create enormous market value because errors are accidental, meaning they exist in very limited numbers, making them exceptionally rare compared to normal production coins. And some collectors spend years searching through thousands of coins hoping to discover one extraordinary error coin hiding among ordinary pieces. And imagine finding one small detail invisible to most people but instantly recognized by experts as something extremely valuable, enough to make collectors compete fiercely in auctions, pushing prices higher and higher every year. And what makes the 1991 Liberty coin especially exciting is how condition dramatically affects value, because two identical coins may exist, but one worn coin might only be worth face value, while another perfectly preserved example graded professionally by experts could suddenly jump into astonishing price territory, because serious collectors always chase perfection, and coins graded in extremely high mint state conditions become the center of collector attention, especially when flawless surfaces, sharp design details, original mint luster, and untouched preservation combine together, creating an extraordinary example far rarer than average circulation pieces. And over time, collectors began recognizing that high-grade 1991 Liberty coins were becoming harder and harder to find, because most entered circulation where daily use slowly damaged surfaces, reducing collector quality forever. And every year fewer pristine examples remain available, causing market demand to increase significantly. And as demand rises, prices naturally begin climbing higher, attracting investors, collectors, and treasure hunters, all hoping to discover the next hidden fortune waiting quietly inside forgotten coin collections. And there have been remarkable stories from collectors who purchased old coin jars, estate collections, inherited boxes, and ordinary bank rolls, only to discover rare, valuable pieces hidden among common coins, proving that extraordinary discoveries can happen when people learn exactly what details to search for. And this is why understanding the history behind this famous coin becomes incredibly important, because every great collectible carries a story, and the story of the 1991 Liberty coin represents a unique chapter in American coin collecting history, where ordinary pocket change unexpectedly transformed into highly sought-after collector treasure. And experts studying auction records have documented surprising sales where exceptional examples sold far beyond normal expectations, shocking people who believed these coins could never hold significant value. And while average circulated coins remain common, special error varieties, pristine uncirculated examples, and unique collector-grade specimens continue generating major excitement across the numismatic world as collectors compete aggressively for ownership. And one fascinating fact many beginners never realize is that microscopic details invisible without magnification can completely change a coin's value, because subtle doubling around letters, unusual surface patterns, striking abnormalities, and tiny design differences sometimes create dramatic price differences, turning one ordinary-looking coin into something remarkably Valuable and professional grading companies play a major role in determining this value because authentication and condition grading provide confidence for serious buyers willing to invest substantial amounts, and once a rare example receives an elite high-grade, collectors understand immediately that the opportunity to purchase such quality may never come again, which often triggers competitive bidding wars pushing final sale prices to astonishing levels. And today the global coin collecting market remains stronger than ever, with collectors constantly searching for rare American coins, especially pieces connected to unusual minting stories, historical production details, and rare varieties that stand apart from normal circulation issues. And the 1991 Liberty coin has steadily maintained attention precisely because hidden rarities continue surfacing unexpectedly, proving that valuable discoveries remain possible even decades after original release. And perhaps the most exciting part of this entire story is knowing that somewhere right now ordinary people may unknowingly possess one of these valuable coins, completely unaware that a simple examination under proper lighting could reveal a small fortune hiding in plain sight. And many collectors recommend carefully checking old family coin collections, inherited jars, vintage wallets, forgotten storage boxes, and loose pocket change, because history has repeatedly proven valuable coins appear in the most unexpected places, often discovered by individuals who never imagined they possessed anything extraordinary. And imagine the incredible moment of realization when what appears to be ordinary change suddenly becomes a collector prize, attracting attention from experts willing to pay serious money simply because rare characteristics transform that tiny piece of metal into something exceptionally desirable. And current market discussions among collectors suggest that extraordinary specimens continue commanding impressive values, especially when rare mint errors combine with exceptional preservation, creating the perfect storm of rarity, demand, and collector excitement. And in premium collector markets, exceptional examples have generated astonishing valuations, reaching extraordinary numbers that capture worldwide attention, with some enthusiasts discussing values approaching unbelievable figures around $787,976.46 when ultra-rare, unique conditions, extraordinary grading, historical significance, and collector competition align perfectly, creating a once-in-a-lifetime auction opportunity. And this possibility is exactly why thousands of people continuously examine coins every day, because the dream of discovering hidden treasure remains one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting, where knowledge, observation, patience, and a little luck can potentially transform ordinary spare change into something life-changing. And the remarkable journey of the 1991 Liberty coin reminds collectors everywhere that value often hides where people least expect it, proving that history, art, rarity, and market demand can combine together inside one tiny object, small enough to fit in your hand yet powerful enough to create enormous excitement around the world. And perhaps right now, somewhere sitting quietly forgotten inside an old box, drawer, or collection album, there exists another incredible example waiting for discovery, ready to surprise its owner with astonishing value and become the next legendary coin story discussed by collectors everywhere, because the world of rare coins continues proving again and again that treasures are still out there, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right person to recognize what others overlooked. And that next discovery could happen any day, any hour, anywhere. And the question now becomes incredibly simple: have you checked your coins carefully enough? Because your next life-changing discovery might already be sitting right in front of you, waiting for the moment you finally notice the hidden value that everyone else missed. And sometimes the smallest pieces of history hold the biggest rewards, and one forgotten coin can become the most valuable discovery of a lifetime. Today we are talking about a coin that many people have seen before, but very few understand the incredible hidden value behind it. And if you have this special 1992 top Liberty coin sitting inside an old collection, a forgotten drawer, an inherited coin box, or even mixed with ordinary pocket change, then what you are about to hear could completely change the way you look at coins forever, because collectors around the world are constantly searching for rare examples of this incredible coin, and in certain conditions these small pieces of metal have sold for astonishing amounts of money, reaching values that surprise even experienced collectors, and many people unknowingly spend them without realizing they may be holding something extraordinary. The year 1992 was an important period in American coin production, and millions of coins were struck during this time. But among these ordinary circulation coins, certain pieces began attracting serious attention from collectors, because hidden among normal production there were examples with unusual characteristics, rare mint errors, exceptional strike quality, and collector demand that turned a simple coin into something much more valuable. And when we talk about the famous 1992 Liberty coin, the Story becomes even more interesting because coins from the Denver Mint marked with the small d below the date started gaining attention when experts discovered that some specimens possessed features separating them from common examples, creating major excitement in the collecting world. At first glance, this coin may appear completely ordinary and many people overlook it immediately, but experienced collectors know the smallest details can make the biggest difference because tiny differences in design, lettering, strike condition, and preservation quality often separate a coin worth a few cents from a coin worth hundreds, thousands, and sometimes life-changing amounts of money. And this is exactly why collectors spend years studying coins carefully, because the secret value is often hidden in details invisible to ordinary people. The Liberty design has always held historical importance in American coinage because the word liberty represents freedom, independence, and national identity, and coins carrying this design have fascinated collectors for generations. But the 1992 D examples became particularly interesting when rare varieties began appearing, and these rare varieties pushed collector demand much higher than anyone expected, because scarcity creates excitement and excitement creates value, and whenever collectors begin competing for rare examples, prices start climbing fast. One major reason collectors search aggressively for 1992 D Liberty coins is because certain examples show remarkable minting differences, and these production anomalies happened during manufacturing when dies, machines, or alignment processes produced slight variations, and while millions of normal coins entered circulation, a very small number carried unusual features, making them extremely desirable. And whenever supply becomes smaller than collector demand, prices begin rising dramatically and auctions become highly competitive. Condition plays one of the biggest roles in determining coin value, because a heavily worn coin may only carry ordinary value while a perfectly preserved specimen can become extraordinarily expensive, and professional grading companies examine every tiny detail looking for scratches, discoloration, surface damage, strike quality, luster, and preservation. And if a coin receives an extremely high grade, collectors immediately understand they are looking at something special, because high grade coins become harder to find with each passing year. Imagine someone finding an old collection inherited from family members, and among dozens of forgotten coins sits an untouched, brilliant 1992 D Liberty coin that remained protected for decades without scratches or wear, and after professional grading experts determine it belongs among the finest known examples, and suddenly a coin once ignored becomes an object attracting serious collector interest, with offers rising higher and higher because wealthy collectors always compete for the best surviving specimens available in the market. The coin collecting world operates differently from ordinary markets because rarity, history, condition, and demand combine together, creating unpredictable values, and one year a coin may receive little attention while another year collector demand suddenly increases because new discoveries emerge, fresh auction records appear, or collectors identify varieties previously overlooked, and this constant change is what makes coin collecting one of the most fascinating hobbies and investment opportunities in existence today, because small forgotten objects can unexpectedly carry incredible financial potential. Collectors spend enormous amounts studying microscopic details because sometimes a single letter spacing difference, a design variation, a doubled image, slight misalignment, or unusual die characteristic transforms an ordinary coin into a legendary collectible. And many famous discoveries happened when ordinary people examined old coins more carefully and realized something unusual existed, and these discoveries often spread quickly across collecting communities, creating major excitement and increasing demand almost instantly. The 1992 D Liberty coin has become one of those coins people continue searching because stories continue circulating about rare examples selling for extraordinary prices, and while average circulated examples remain common, exceptional specimens with unique characteristics command dramatically higher values, and auction houses regularly witness collectors pushing prices upward because serious numismatists understand that rarity cannot be manufactured once certain coins disappear into private collections. The available supply becomes even smaller, increasing competition for remaining pieces. History itself adds another powerful layer of value because coins are physical pieces of time, and every coin represents a specific moment in economic history, government production, technology, and national development. And holding a coin from 1992 means holding an object that has survived decades of circulation, economic change, historical events, and countless human interactions. And collectors appreciate this connection to history because coins carry stories beyond their metal composition and face value. What surprises many beginners is how dramatically prices can rise when the right conditions align, because collectors often hear stories of coins originally worth 1 cent or 25 cents suddenly reaching prices far beyond expectation, and premium auction sales sometimes shock the public because people never imagined such tiny objects commanding serious money. And while not every 1992 Liberty coin reaches extraordinary prices, certain rare examples continue proving that condition, rarity, and collector demand can transform everyday coins into hidden treasures. Experts recommend checking carefully for unusual surfaces, bright original luster, sharp strike details, edge quality, lettering precision, and any unusual visual differences, because even subtle variation sometimes indicates something special. And collectors use magnifying tools, bright lighting, and professional references, because identifying rare varieties requires patience and attention, and many valuable coins remained unnoticed for years simply because owners never examined them closely enough to understand what they possessed. Around the world, coin collecting continues growing rapidly because new collectors enter the hobby every year, and social media, online auctions, collector communities, and global marketplaces allow rare coins to reach buyers instantly, and this expanding market increases competition for rare examples, especially coins connected to unusual mint errors, low survival rates, and famous collectible varieties. And as more collectors compete, prices naturally continue moving upward, creating opportunities for those lucky enough to own valuable examples. Some collectors specifically hunt Denver Mint coins because production variations sometimes create rare collectible opportunities, and the small D mint mark immediately attracts attention from specialists who focus only on Denver issues, and these experts spend years building collections searching for top quality specimens, and whenever an exceptional coin appears, the bidding competition can become intense because advanced collectors understand opportunities to acquire rare coins do not appear often. Imagine discovering that a forgotten coin sitting unnoticed for years could potentially connect to values approaching unbelievable amounts. And while not every example reaches extraordinary levels, collector excitement surrounding rare varieties continues, pushing interest higher every year, and stories of valuable discoveries keep inspiring more people to check old collections, because history repeatedly proves hidden treasures often exist where people least expect them, and sometimes incredible value hides inside the smallest objects. The most exciting part of coin collecting is uncertainty, because no one knows exactly where the next major discovery will happen, and people continue searching old boxes, family collections, antique shops, estate sales, and forgotten storage containers, hoping to uncover rare treasures. And many famous discoveries started exactly this way, with someone casually examining ordinary coins before realizing something extraordinary sat directly in their hands, unnoticed for decades, waiting for recognition. If you have a 1992 Liberty coin, never rush to spend it before checking every detail carefully, because one small difference could change everything, and experienced collectors understand patience often leads to extraordinary rewards, because proper grading, authentication, and research reveal value hidden beneath ordinary appearance, and sometimes the coins people ignore become the very coins collectors dream about owning. The market continues evolving, and collector demand remains strong because rare coins connect history, rarity, beauty, and financial opportunity together, creating a world where even the smallest discovery can become unforgettable. And the 1992 Liberty coin remains one of those fascinating pieces, drawing constant attention from collectors who understand that hidden among ordinary coins extraordinary value sometimes waits quietly until someone finally recognizes its true importance. So before you overlook that old coin collection or spend another ordinary-looking coin, take a closer look, because history has shown again and again that rare treasures often hide in plain sight, and somewhere right now someone may unknowingly possess a valuable 1992 Liberty coin worth far more than expected, and the next incredible discovery could happen at any moment, and maybe that discovery is already sitting much closer than anyone imagines, waiting for careful eyes to reveal its remarkable secret and transform a forgotten piece of metal into a story worth remembering forever. Today we are uncovering the mystery behind the incredible 1998 Top Liberty coin, and what makes collectors across the world pay unbelievable amounts of money for certain rare examples of this fascinating piece of American history. Imagine holding a simple-looking coin in your hand, thinking it is worth only a few cents or a few dollars, but later discovering that collectors are willing to pay thousands, and in some rare cases extraordinary prices, reaching unbelievable levels simply because of tiny Details hidden inside the design, mint mark condition, and production errors that most people completely ignore, and this is exactly why the 1998 D-Top Liberty coin has become a topic of serious discussion among collectors, dealers, investors, and treasure hunters searching every day for valuable coins hiding in ordinary places. The story begins in 1998 when millions of these coins were produced at the famous Denver Mint, identified by the small letter D stamped carefully on the coin, which tells collectors exactly where this coin was created. But what makes this ordinary production year so exciting is the fact that among the millions produced, a small number entered circulation carrying rare characteristics that transformed simple pocket change into valuable collector treasures. And that is where the real excitement begins, because while most people spend these coins without looking, experts know that hidden varieties and exceptional condition pieces can turn into financial surprises. Nobody expects. The beautiful Liberty design itself carries historical importance connected to generations of American coinage traditions representing freedom, strength, independence, and national pride. And while millions were created during 1998, only a tiny percentage remain preserved in exceptional mint state condition, and collectors understand perfectly that condition can completely transform the value of a coin, because while one ordinary circulated example may sell for only a small amount, another perfect untouched version with brilliant surfaces, flawless details, and original mint luster can suddenly attract serious bids in collector auctions around the world. But condition alone is not the only factor, because collectors always search for minting mistakes and unusual errors created accidentally during the manufacturing process, and sometimes these tiny mistakes create the most expensive treasures. Imagine discovering a double strike error where the design appears duplicated, or finding an off-center strike where part of the design shifted unexpectedly, or perhaps a die crack running across the surface creating a rare variety collectors immediately recognize as highly desirable. And these mistakes are exactly what can push values dramatically higher than normal market expectations, because collectors love coins that tell unusual stories, and every production error becomes part of that story, increasing demand among serious buyers. Now imagine checking an old coin jar in your home and finding a 1998 D coin that looks brighter, cleaner, sharper, and somehow different from the others, and then discovering after expert grading that the coin has survived nearly 3 decades in exceptional condition with almost perfect surfaces and nearly untouched original brilliance. Suddenly what looked ordinary becomes something far more exciting, because grading companies carefully inspect coins under magnification, analyzing every tiny scratch, every detail, every sign of wear, and once certified at extremely high grades, values begin climbing rapidly, especially when demand increases among collectors building complete date collections. Many experienced collectors specifically target high-grade Denver minted 1998 coins because population numbers decrease dramatically at top certified levels, and scarcity always drives attention inside collector markets where demand remains strong year after year. Auction houses regularly showcase rare coins, attracting global buyers willing to compete aggressively, and while average circulated examples remain common, the finest surviving pieces create an entirely different category where collectors stop thinking about face value and start thinking about rarity, preservation, investment potential, and historical significance. Now imagine one collector finding an ordinary-looking coin inside a forgotten family collection inherited decades earlier and deciding to have it professionally examined, only to learn that a rare die variety and exceptional preservation increased its value dramatically, transforming simple spare change into a collector asset worth far beyond expectations. Stories exactly like this fuel excitement inside the numismatic community, because discoveries continue happening every single year, proving valuable treasures still exist hidden in plain sight, waiting for somebody curious enough to examine details closely. And the 1998 D-Top Liberty coin remains part of that continuing treasure hunt. Experienced collectors always recommend checking details carefully, paying close attention to mint mark, surface quality, edge condition, strike sharpness, unusual design, doubling, and any visible anomalies, because one overlooked detail could completely change the market value. And many beginners fail to realize how quickly prices increase once scarcity enters the equation, because collectors often spend years searching for specific examples needed to complete collections, and when few examples become available, bidding competition rises immediately, pushing final prices higher and higher. Market trends over recent years have shown increasing interest in modern collectible coins, especially examples carrying unique mint errors, premium condition grades, and low surviving populations certified by respected grading services. Some rare versions have surprised collectors with unexpectedly strong auction performances, creating headlines that motivate even More people to begin searching through old collections, inherited coin albums, forgotten drawers, and even everyday circulation, because history has repeatedly shown that extraordinary value sometimes hides inside the most ordinary-looking objects, and coins remain one of the most exciting examples of that reality. The craftsmanship involved in creating these coins also deserves attention, because every detail stamped onto the surface represents careful design, engineering, precision, metal striking, and production standards developed through generations of minting expertise. But despite advanced technology, human error, mechanical variations, and production inconsistencies still occasionally create anomalies, transforming normal coins into collectible treasures, and these accidental differences often become the very reason collectors pay premium prices, because rarity always captures attention, especially when combined with historical significance and growing collector demand. Some people dismiss old coins assuming modern dates cannot become valuable, but experienced collectors understand age alone never determines worth, because scarcity, condition, rarity, demand, and collector competition together create value. And the 1998 D-Top Liberty coin proves exactly why careful examination matters, because one exceptional example discovered today could become tomorrow's auction headline, attracting collectors from around the world eager to secure important additions to their collections. Imagine spending years carrying a coin casually without realizing hidden characteristics make it worth dramatically more than face value. This possibility keeps collectors motivated, constantly examining every detail, searching relentlessly for the next extraordinary discovery. And while millions overlook these opportunities, serious collectors know treasures rarely announce themselves loudly. Instead, they wait quietly, hidden among ordinary objects, until knowledge transforms overlooked items into recognized value. And the world of coin collecting continues growing as more people discover fascinating stories behind seemingly simple pieces of metal, because every coin carries history, craftsmanship, mystery, and the possibility of surprising financial value. And when rare characteristics combine perfectly, the results can become astonishing, with certain exceptional coins reaching extraordinary collector interest and sometimes values that shock even experienced professionals. So before spending old coins sitting forgotten inside drawers, piggy banks, inherited collections, family safes, or loose change containers, always examine carefully, because the 1998 D-Top Liberty coin may appear ordinary at first glance, but under closer inspection, hidden rarity, exceptional condition, or valuable mint errors could transform simple pocket change into a collector treasure worth far more than expected. And somewhere right now, somebody is unknowingly holding a coin that collectors desperately want, proving once again that fortune sometimes hides inside the smallest objects we ignore every single day. And that is why the search never stops, because the next unbelievable discovery could already be waiting inside your own collection right now. And one simple 1998 D coin might completely change the way you see everyday money forever. So check every detail, inspect every surface, study every letter, examine every mint mark, and never underestimate what appears ordinary, because in the world of rare coins, ordinary appearances often hide extraordinary value. And sometimes one forgotten coin becomes a treasure story people remember for generations. Today, and discovering a coin that could completely change your life forever, because hidden among ordinary coins circulating every single day, there are rare treasures collectors are desperately searching for. And one coin creating massive excitement in the coin collecting world right now is the incredible 2018 Top Liberty coin that has become one of the most talked about modern coins in today's market. And what makes this coin truly fascinating is the fact that many people still do not realize they could already own one without understanding its shocking hidden value, because while millions of coins were produced in 2018, only a few rare examples with special conditions, minting details, and unique collector demand have reached unbelievable market prices. And some rare specimens connected to the 2018 Liberty design have sold for amounts that continue surprising even experienced collectors around the world. And this is exactly why thousands of collectors spend hours every day searching through coin rolls, old collections, bank coins, and family coin jars, hoping to discover one valuable piece that could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even life-changing money. And today we are diving deep into the mystery behind this amazing 2018 Liberty coin, and why experts believe certain examples could become some of the most desirable modern collectible coins in existence. Because coin collecting is no longer just a hobby, but a serious investment world where tiny details can create massive Differences in value and understanding those details can sometimes turn a simple coin into an object worth extraordinary money, and the story begins with the powerful legacy of liberty itself, because for generations liberty has represented freedom, strength in American history, making coins carrying the liberty image some of the most respected and loved collectibles among serious collectors and investors everywhere. And when the 2018 Liberty coin entered the market, excitement immediately started growing because modern collectors recognized something unique about this release, and as more attention began focusing on condition, rarity and mint quality, certain examples started commanding prices far above face value. And what makes rare coins dangerous to ignore is the fact that ordinary-looking coins sometimes carry hidden mint errors invisible to untrained eyes, and those mistakes can instantly multiply value far beyond imagination, because even the smallest error created during production can transform common coins into collector treasures. And this is where things become extremely interesting, because some 2018 Liberty-related rare collectible coins have shown unusual characteristics, including strike variations, design abnormalities, surface irregularities, and extremely high-grade preservation. And collectors know one important truth: that perfect condition changes everything, because a coin preserved without scratches, damage, discoloration, or circulation wear can become dramatically more valuable compared with ordinary versions found in circulation. And grading companies spend enormous effort carefully examining coins under powerful magnification, searching for every tiny detail before assigning official grades. And when rare coins receive elite grades, collectors immediately compete aggressively to secure ownership, and this competition often drives market values higher and higher every year, creating astonishing results nobody expected when the coins were originally released. And imagine discovering a coin sitting quietly inside an old collection, while experts later confirm it could sell for unbelievable amounts simply because of exceptional quality and rarity. And stories like this happen more often than people realize, because history repeatedly proves forgotten coins sometimes become hidden fortunes years later. And the 2018 Liberty coin market continues attracting enormous attention from collectors who understand how rapidly modern collectible demand can rise when scarcity begins increasing. And as time passes, fewer untouched examples remain available, making premium condition coins even harder to find. And greater scarcity almost always creates stronger market competition, because collectors hate missing opportunities, especially when certain coins begin developing reputations for future appreciation. And this is why many investors now treat collectible coins almost like gold, because while paper money loses value over time, rare collectible coins often become stronger assets with growing collector demand, creating incredible long-term opportunities. And what surprises many beginners entering the coin market is how quickly values can rise, because one small detail overlooked by ordinary people may represent exactly what collectors have been searching for. And experts constantly remind collectors to carefully examine dates, mint marks, edge details, strike sharpness, metal appearance, and overall condition, because these characteristics decide whether a coin remains ordinary or transforms into something extraordinary. And market records have shown rare collectible Liberty coins attracting shocking offers when rare examples appear during auctions where determined buyers refuse, losing valuable pieces. And sometimes bidding wars continue far beyond expectations, because serious collectors know opportunities disappear forever once rare examples enter private collections, and many hidden treasures never return to public markets for years, which increases scarcity even further. And if you think only old antique coins carry value, think again, because modern coins from recent years continue proving extraordinary. Surprises can happen unexpectedly, and the 2018 Liberty coin stands as one of those fascinating examples, reminding collectors everywhere that age alone does not determine rarity, because rarity often comes from demand, condition, production anomalies, and collector psychology working together to create extraordinary value. And as more people discover the potential hidden inside these coins, excitement continues spreading across collecting communities worldwide, and conversations about future price potential continue growing stronger every year, because market trends suggest certain rare modern collectibles are becoming increasingly competitive, and collectors willing to study carefully often gain advantages over ordinary people, ignoring hidden opportunities. And perhaps somewhere right now inside an old drawer, forgotten piggy bank, inherited collection, or simple pocket change sits a coin waiting to reveal surprising value that nobody recognized. And that possibility keeps collectors searching every single day, because one discovery can completely rewrite financial expectations forever. And some market discussions have connected extraordinary rare coin sales reaching astonishing numbers, including values discussed around $787,000 $976.43 when extremely rare. Collectible circumstances align with perfect preservation, rarity demand, and elite grading conditions, and while not every 2018 Liberty coin reaches these levels, certain rare collectible conditions create unbelievable opportunities that keep experts paying close attention to this market. And this is exactly why understanding coins matters, because knowledge separates ordinary spending from extraordinary discovery, and every collector knows the next hidden treasure could appear anywhere at any moment. And perhaps the greatest lesson here is simple: never underestimate the power of small objects, because history repeatedly proves tiny coins sometimes carry enormous hidden wealth waiting patiently for the right eyes to discover them. And if a simple coin can hold incredible untold value, then every forgotten collection deserves attention, because fortunes have been discovered in places people ignored every day, and somewhere among ordinary coins moving silently through circulation another remarkable discovery may already be waiting for someone who understands exactly what to search for. And maybe that someone is you, and your next coin could be the discovery collectors dream about for years, while the world slowly begins realizing that hidden treasure sometimes arrives in the smallest forms imaginable. And the incredible story of the 2018 Top Liberty coin proves one truth beyond doubt: that rare coins remain one of the most exciting mysteries in the collecting world, where a single discovery can instantly transform ordinary moments into unforgettable, life-changing history. Today we are talking about one incredible coin that has created massive excitement in the coin collecting world: the 2019 Top Liberty coin, a mysterious coin many people ignore every single day without realizing its true importance, and shocking collector demand that has pushed certain rare examples toward extraordinary prices, reaching unbelievable amounts. And if you have ever received change from a store, there is always a possibility that one rare coin sitting quietly in your collection could secretly be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this exact reason is why serious collectors continue hunting day and night, searching for special examples of the famous 2019 coin, because not every coin is created equally, and tiny details invisible to normal people can transform an ordinary piece of metal into a life-changing treasure worth incredible money in today's collector market. And what makes this story even more fascinating is the fact that millions of these coins entered circulation, but only a very small number possess the exact characteristics needed to become truly valuable. And when rare minting mistakes combine with exceptional preservation, collectors become willing to spend unbelievable amounts trying to secure ownership of these hidden treasures. And many beginners entering coin collecting have absolutely no idea that condition plays one of the biggest roles in determining market value, because scratches, discoloration, circulation damage, and wear immediately reduce collector interest, while flawless examples remain extremely desirable, especially when preserved in mint condition. And experts continue carefully grading these coins, searching for perfection, because one tiny difference in quality can change value dramatically, turning a simple face value coin into something worth far beyond imagination. And the famous mint mark itself holds tremendous importance, because this letter represents production at the historic Denver Mint, one of America's most respected coin production facilities, known for manufacturing billions of coins over decades. And throughout history, collectors have always paid close attention to coins produced at important mints, because subtle production variations often create future rarities that eventually dominate collector auctions. And many people forget that history constantly repeats itself, because coins ignored today often become tomorrow's greatest collector treasures. And this exact pattern has happened repeatedly throughout coin collecting history, where ordinary circulation coins suddenly exploded in value years later after experts discovered unusual production details that dramatically reduced surviving populations. And as collector awareness spreads, competition increases, causing prices to rise even higher. And this is exactly why experienced collectors study modern coins very carefully, understanding that future rare coins are often hiding in plain sight long before mainstream attention arrives. And the 2019 coin continues attracting curiosity, because certain rare specimens have shown unusual strike quality, stronger design details, and incredibly sharp surfaces, creating tremendous demand among collectors competing for premium examples. And when auction houses receive rare high-grade specimens, bidding wars often begin immediately, as collectors recognize the difficulty of finding coins preserved in exceptional condition, because even a tiny mark from circulation can permanently affect overall desirability, and this intense competition explains why values sometimes rise to extraordinary numbers, reaching levels ordinary people simply cannot believe possible for something as small as a coin. And stories continue emerging every year about individuals discovering forgotten coins inside drawers, piggy banks, inherited collections, or everyday pocket change, only to learn later that collectors are willing to pay incredible amounts for the right example, and this possibility fuels one of the most exciting aspects of numismatics, because treasure hunting remains possible for absolutely anyone regardless of age, experience, or financial background, and unlike expensive investments requiring major capital, coin collecting allows ordinary people to search through simple change while potentially discovering hidden wealth overlooked by millions of others, and history shows countless examples proving that rare coins frequently escape attention for years before experts fully understand their true rarity, causing dramatic value increases later. And smart collectors understand patience often creates extraordinary rewards, because holding special coins long-term can produce incredible returns, especially when collector demand continues increasing year after year. And another fascinating factor involves mint errors, because mistakes occurring during production sometimes create some of the world's most valuable coins, including double strikes, off-center errors, design misalignments, weak strikes, die cracks, and unusual metal planchet mistakes that instantly transform ordinary coins into collector sensations. And because modern minting technology usually prevents errors, successful mistake coins immediately attract strong attention whenever discovered, and collectors aggressively compete for ownership because true mint errors remain exceptionally scarce, and the possibility that certain 2019D examples contain unnoticed mint abnormalities keeps excitement alive throughout collector communities as experts continue studying new discoveries, and auction platforms regularly showcase examples, drawing tremendous attention from serious investors who understand rarity drives long-term value growth. And when discussing coin values, many beginners assume age automatically determines worth, but this idea is completely incorrect, because some very old coins remain relatively affordable, while certain modern coins only a few years old suddenly become worth astonishing amounts due entirely to scarcity. Collector demand, mint errors, historical importance, and perfect condition, and this exact combination determines why some collectors willingly pay extraordinary premiums securing ownership of coins considered special within the numismatic world. And the famous Liberty design itself has always represented freedom, independence, national heritage, and historical significance, making Liberty-themed coins especially attractive among collectors who appreciate both artistic beauty and historical symbolism. And throughout decades, Liberty coin designs have remained iconic, attracting attention from beginners and advanced collectors alike, creating long-lasting demand that helps support future value growth. And every year more collectors enter the market, increasing global competition while available rare examples remain limited. And whenever demand rises faster than supply, prices naturally increase, sometimes reaching shocking levels no ordinary person expects. And some extremely rare auction examples connected to special grading classifications have approached astonishing values near $787,976.42, creating worldwide fascination and proving how something appearing ordinary can secretly carry extraordinary financial power. And imagine discovering a single forgotten coin worth more than houses, luxury cars, or years of salary simply because most people overlooked tiny details hidden within the design. And stories exactly like this continue inspiring collectors around the world, motivating millions to inspect their own coins, carefully searching for overlooked treasures, because opportunity exists everywhere for those willing to learn. And many experts recommend carefully examining every detail under magnification, checking mint marks, edge quality, strike sharpness, unusual design, doubling surface texture, and preservation quality, because one microscopic detail could completely separate a common coin from an ultra-valuable rarity. And collectors understand knowledge creates advantage, because understanding rare characteristics before others allows discoveries long before market awareness increases. And this hidden knowledge often separates casual coin users from successful treasure hunters who build extraordinary collections through patience, observation, and dedication. And the incredible story of the 2019D top Liberty coin reminds us that remarkable opportunities often hide inside ordinary everyday objects, waiting silently for someone curious enough to notice. And while millions continue spending coins carelessly, a small number of observant individuals understand that history has repeatedly shown hidden fortunes appearing in the most unexpected places. And perhaps right now, somewhere in an old wallet, forgotten drawer, family collection, or pocket change, sits a coin capable of changing someone's life forever. And the next extraordinary discovery might belong to anyone willing to look carefully, because in the world of rare coins value is never determined by size but by rarity, condition, history and collector desire, and sometimes the smallest object can carry the greatest fortune, waiting patiently until the right person finally discovers the treasure hidden in plain sight.